Hi students, Phil Forrester here again, your instructor for this course. I wanted to give you guys a quick tutorial video on how to get your listening assignments done. This is the one that a lot of students generally tend to have trouble with the first time around. Now, I will tell you that for your Chapter 1 listening assignment that only has 4 selections in it, you will get 100% on that assignment as long as you turn in a completed assignment. It doesn't matter what's in the content. Okay? I do this every semester, every time I do this course, so that you have a chance to submit an assignment without any kind of penalty, so that I can give you some comments to help you with future assignments. Because oftentimes when you're new to a course, you might do something wrong the first time around just because you're not used to doing it. It has nothing to do with whether or not you understand the material. It just has to do with, formatting and submitting and everything like that. So as long as you turn in a completed Chapter 1 listening assignment, you will get 100% on that assignment. Now, that doesn't mean that you're going to do everything correctly, so you still need to go back in once that assignment is graded, take a look at the comments, see if there's anything you need to fix for future assignments as far as the listening goes for that. But I wanted to do a tutorial video just to give you a kind of a rundown of how I want these assignments to look. So what I've got pulled up here is this is your Chapter 1 listening assignment. Like I said, there are 4 selections. Now, every listening assignment is going to look exactly the same. You're going to have the same description up at the top. You're going to have a link to your assignment requirements document, which looks like this. And you're going to have the videos for every selection that I want you to listen to from that chapter. Now, each chapter is going to have a lot of selections in it. I'm not going to have you listen to all of them. The assignments would be way too long in that case. What I have selected are certain pieces that really exemplify a certain concept from the chapter. Now, the other thing that you need to have ready to go whenever you're doing your listening assignments is you need to have your ebook or the physical copy of your book open to that chapter. Okay, so here's what you're going to do with all these. Okay, 4 pieces in this particular one. In your assignment requirements document, you have a description of what I'm looking for in the listening assignment, and you have a blank table. This is what you use. This table right here is what you use for every single selection in every single chapter's listening assignment. Now, the reason I made this a Word document is so that you could copy everything here. And I'm not using my my keyboard shortcut so that you can see exactly what it is I'm doing. Copy the table in a new document. You can paste it for every single piece that you need. There's one. Since there are 4 in Chapter 1, you will paste this table 4 times. When we get to Chapters 3 and 4, you're going to paste it even more times for each selection, and so on and so forth. Now, each one of these has something that a piece of information that you need to include. The title and the artist are included as faithfully as possible right above each video. So for the first table, the piece is called A Mina Menina, and it's by Os Mutantes. So that's what we would type in here. A Mina Menina by Os Mutantes. There you go. Now, the next part of it are 2 different responses, a subjective response and an objective response. Now, the subjective response is whether or not you like that piece of music and why. The why is incredibly important. And in your assignment requirements document, I have several different examples. Here's an explanation of what I'm looking for. Here's an example of a bad response and an example of a good response. Okay. Now, a bad response has something like this. I didn't like it. Well, that's not enough. Okay. You don't have to like everything that you listen to in this class, and likely you won't. Okay. However, if you don't like something, you've got to tell me why. All right. I didn't like it. The high screechy instrument sounded bad in my ears. Well, there you go. You've described the sounds that you're hearing in the piece of music. Okay. Now, the second part of this is an objective response. This is why you need to have your book open and ready to go. I'll give you an example. Ode to Joy. Okay. This is an excerpt from Beethoven's Symphony No. 9. This corresponds to playlist 1-6. Why does this matter? Well, if you look in your ebook and you see this in bold, PL 1-6, then everything around it is going to tell you exactly why that piece of music fits in that chapter, which is what this second response is. How does this piece relate to the chapter? In your ebook, that's what you're going to see. So here, I've got corresponds to PL 1-6. Here is PL1-6. Music, then, is a form of organized sound. Go ahead and highlight this. This is easy to recognize in a piece like Ludwig van Beethoven's Symphony No. 9. There it is. Organized sound that you can recognize. That's exactly what you would need to put in the objective response. So it's important to try to do your listening responses as you're reading through the chapter, because it's going to solidify the concepts that you're learning with the music that exemplifies it. Okay? And you need to do a table for each piece. Again, there's 4 in the first chapter, but chapters after that, especially the groupings of chapters, are going to be much longer. And you need to make sure that in addition to your subjective response, how does it make you feel, move, what does it make you think about, that you're telling me why. Describe the instruments, describe the textures, describe the voices. You can't just say, I liked it, or I didn't like it, or whatever, or I'm bored, or anything like that by itself. Doesn't count. All right, you will get points taken off for that. So hopefully this helps to answer some questions about the listening responses. If you have any additional questions, feel free to email me. If it's a question that I can answer that will help the rest of the class, I'll post it in an announcement. But hopefully this helps you get started. Remember that your first listening assignment for Chapter 1 is due by the end of the day, next Thursday, June 7th. And you will get 100% as long as you turn in a completed assignment, even if all the parts aren't there. Okay? If you miss something, I'll give you a comment on it so you can fix it for future assignments, and we'll move forward from there. Again, if you have any questions about this, let me know. Thanks for paying attention. Thanks for getting this done.